looking at my destroyed house now?
It all started with a mysterious box. I thought he was just a cute, helpless little guy. But he grew fast, and he didn't know his own strength. We had some really good times together, until the nights became a game of survival. I had to incubate him myself. Now the whole world is hunting him. He was my best friend, but his hunger was endless. I taught him how to walk, and then he outgrew my home. He didn't mean to destroy everything. This is the story of how I raised Bron. It started like any other Tuesday. Let's see what's in the box. Please subscribe for that. But when I got to my porch, I brought it inside. I was wrong. I didn't know what to do. 2 weeks passed. I was losing my mind. And then, a sound. It was hatching. I held my breath as it pushed its way out. It wasn't a lizard, it was a dinosaur. He looked at me with an expression of pure... I named him Bron. And Bron was very hungry. I tried feeding him fruit. I had to clean him up after every meal. The incubator was too small. He was incredibly clumsy at first, until he figured it out. He followed me everywhere. His appetite, it changed. Within 2 weeks, he had outgrown his favorite spot. He didn't realize how heavy he was becoming. He just stood there. Our simple hallway. I noticed he wasn't just observing. Bathing him became a real chore. Until the day he just stopped moving. The nights became silent and terrifying. I woke up one morning, and he had taken over the room. My house was too small for him now. He saw a fly. It was a simple hunt, but his face, it never changed. He had outgrown the house. My sanctuary was now a cage. It was the look of a pet or a predator. He tried to apologize, but the destruction was too great. He didn't need to attack. He just needed to turn around. The face of complete indifference. He had outgrown my world. I made a mistake. I raised a monster. But this time, I couldn't save him. Please subscribe, guys. Otherwise, I will lose my pet.
Move up, move up! Get behind the cruisers!
We need air support now!
But Bron saw only new buzzing toys. He just wanted to play, just like before, with the flies on the window. When the toy broke, he got upset, but people didn't care. They sent the army, heavy artillery.
What is that thing? Get it off the tank!
It's tasting it!
Oh, God!
They opened fire without warning. His scales held the blow, but he got scared and ran to the only place he instinctively sought
Get
shelter.
out the street! It's right behind you, run!
He found the biggest basket in the city. For him, it was a dream. For humanity, a siege. I saw in him that same baby, and I had to say goodbye. I sneaked past the cordons. I had to get to him.
Bron! Bron! Wake up! Please!
He recognized me. Inside this giant, my clumsy baby was still hiding. But our reunion was short-lived, the sky filled with the deafening roar of military engines. I touched his scales and promised it would be okay. My worst lie. He trusted me completely, just as the steel cables dropped. They didn't see a living creature, just an anomaly to contain. As they dragged him down, his eyes locked on mine. Not angry, just confused. They took him to a black site, buried deep in the desert. A concrete tomb for things humanity shouldn't know. I warned the generals. Force would only trigger something worse. They didn't listen. They chained him down, tested him. They thought they chained an animal. They were pressurizing a bomb. It started with a hum that cracked the reinforced glass. His scales pulsed with a blinding, terrifying red light. He wasn't just growing anymore. He was evolving. The chains didn't snap. They melted. When he breached the surface, the earth itself screamed. He wasn't running this time. He was claiming his territory. And we were just pests. Tanks were crushed like his old plastic toys. Helicopters swatted from the sky like insects. I watched the city crumble from an evacuation chopper. The Titan tearing down skyscrapers. Used to sleep on my chest. We taught him the world was a battlefield. The news says they drove him into the ocean, that it's over. But you don't defeat a force of nature. You just survive it. Months later, I returned to the ruins of my house. But beneath the rubble, I found another box. Heavy, warm, but this time, the pulse wasn't red. It was a freezing blue. Project Bron is over? God help us.